Ever pondered the vast capabilities of the human mind and the power it wields? This power, often untapped, is the essence of psychological power. It's a force that shapes our actions, decisions, and interactions. It's the hidden hand steering our lives. Today, we'll explore this intriguing concept and introduce the 16 laws that govern it. These laws, inspired by Robert Greene, shed light on the mechanisms of the mind, and their understanding can be a game changer. Prepare to delve into the depths of psychological power. The first law, the law of unpredictability, reminds us that predictability leads to vulnerability. Keeping others guessing about our next move keeps us in a position of power. It's like playing a game of chess, always staying one step ahead. The second law, the law of grandiosity, speaks to the power of self-perception. We must project an image of greatness, not arrogance, but a confident belief in our own capabilities. This law teaches us that our own self-image can influence how others perceive us. Moving on to the third law, the law of authority. This law emphasizes the power of perceived authority. We are more likely to follow and trust those who present themselves as figures of authority. Lastly, the law of social proof, our fourth law, highlights that we as social beings tend to conform to the majority. We inherently trust the judgment of the crowd. These laws help us understand the power of unpredictability, self-perception, authority, and social influences. The fifth law, the law of reciprocity, teaches us that giving can lead to receiving. Human nature is wired to return favors, and this is a powerful tool for influence and persuasion. Next, we move to the law of consistency. We are creatures of habit, and our minds favor consistent thought patterns and behaviors. This law can be leveraged to predict and influence behavior. Then there's the law of scarcity. People value what's scarce. It's the reason why limited editions are so appealing. This law can be utilized to increase the perceived value of a product or idea. Lastly, we explore the law of conformity. We are social creatures, and the need to belong often overpowers our need for accuracy. This law explains why people often conform to societal norms, even when they don't necessarily agree with them. These laws shed light on the power of reciprocity, consistency, scarcity, and conformity in our psychological makeup. The ninth law, the law of public behavior, asserts that our actions in public can greatly influence our personal identity. How we act in the eyes of others shapes not only their perception of us, but also our own self-concept. This is the power of the external environment on our psychology. Moving on to the 10th law, the law of commitment. This law suggests that once we commit to a decision, our subconscious works to justify it, even if it was flawed or impulsive. It's a testament to the power of consistency in our minds. Next, the 11th law, known as the law of reputation. This law posits that our reputation, once established, holds a powerful sway over how others perceive and interact with us. It's a strong psychological influence that shouldn't be underestimated. Finally, the 12th law, the law of power dynamics. This law underscores the psychological impact of power relations in social interactions. It's about the inherent struggle for dominance and control. These laws demonstrate the impact of public behavior, commitment, reputation, and power dynamics on our psychology. The 13th law, the law of dissonance, highlights the discomfort we feel when our beliefs and actions aren't aligned. This law reveals that we are often driven to adjust our attitudes or behaviors to reduce this internal conflict and restore balance. Moving on to the 14th law, we have the law of contrast. This principle sheds light on how our perception of something can be altered dramatically by what it's compared to. A warm room feels even warmer after stepping in from the cold, doesn't it? Next, we have the 15th law, the law of expectation. This law suggests that our expectations can significantly influence outcomes. In other words, if we expect success, we're more likely to achieve it. Finally, the 16th law, the law of influence. This law proposes that our thoughts, feelings, and actions can be easily swayed by others, consciously or subconsciously. These final laws underline the psychological implications of dissonance, contrast, expectation, and influence. In these laws, we find the keys to unlocking the power of our minds. Let's circle back to the 16 laws of psychological power we've traversed. The first 4 laws concerned the power within our minds. The first law emphasized the importance of self-awareness. The second law underscored the role of perception, while the third and fourth laws revealed the power of focus and the mastery of emotions, respectively. The next segment, laws 5 to 8, dealt with our interactions with others. The fifth law taught us about empathy, the sixth about the art of persuasion, the seventh highlighted the importance of active listening, and the eighth law drew our attention to the power of silence. Moving on to laws 9 to 12, we delved into our relationship with our environment. The ninth law was about adaptability, the 10th about resilience, the 11th reminded us of the need for balance, and the 12th law underlined the significance of patience. Finally, the last set, laws 13 to 16, dealt with our growth and development. The 13th law was about continuous learning, the 14th about self-reflection, the 15th urged us to embrace change, and the 16th and final law emphasized the importance of authenticity. Each of these laws has practical implications. For instance, mastering our emotions can help us navigate challenging situations with grace. Understanding the power of silence can turn the tide in our favor during negotiations. Embracing change can open doors to unexplored opportunities. Being authentic can lead us to form deeper connections with others. In essence, these 16 laws serve as the lighthouse, illuminating the path to a more enlightened understanding of ourselves and our interactions with the world around us. They provide us with the tools to harness our psychological power, enabling us to lead more fulfilling lives. These laws can be the compass guiding us through the maze of our minds, helping us harness our psychological power. Understanding these laws can illuminate the path to personal growth and influence. The potency of psychological power lies not just in knowing these laws, but in their application. Reflect upon them, weave them into the fabric of your daily interactions, and watch as your influence expands. It's a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. If you found this enlightening, share the knowledge, like the video, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content.